Hey everybody, I'm going to do an interview today with a young man named Joe. Joe is from Florida. He has picked Dumaguete to be his new home, his new retirement home, new community. And some of you guys might recognize Joe as Adobo Joe from our live streams. He's been a contributor and a commenter on many of our live streams in the past. You might ask, why am I wearing sunglasses today? Especially that I'm indoors. I got stung on the eye yesterday, and my eye is closed, and the light really hurts my eyes. So just for this intro, I'm wearing the sunglasses. Hey guys, closing in on 50,000 subscribers. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you all who have subscribed and supported our channel. Now you moved to Dumaguete.
Yes.
Is this a full-time move or?
This is it. Yes. After going from place to place and researching the Philippines for a little over 2 years, I finally decided that this was it. This was my last stop.
Have you been to other communities in the Philippines, other cities?
Yes, Baguio City, Manila for a little while, Rojas, Iloilo, but that was just like a pass through.
Mm-hmm.
And I was born and raised in Florida, so the whole beach thing was appealing to me. Plus, 10 minutes up the road, you're in the mountains, which was also appealing to me because I lived in Arizona for a little while, so this place just fit perfect.
You like, what I like about Dumaguete is you're close to everything.
Right.
20-minute motorbike ride and you're everywhere. Now, what is the biggest adjustment that you've had to make from full-time living in the U.S. to full-time living here? How have you adjusted your life?
Well, there's no stress anymore.
Is it the financial freedom stress?
That was it. That was it for me. I think the U.S. has failed a lot of people financially, and Social Security no longer is going to be able to support someone in the economy over there.
Right, the cost of living.
Cost of living is way too high.
Well, it was never made to be your sole source of income.
Right. So I really didn't research it very much. 2 years ago, I wasn't eligible for Social Security, and I was living in Baguio, and I really didn't research the Social Security situation until I got back to the States. And when I got back to the States, I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and start this up. I'm going to be 62 pretty soon, but I'm going to wait a year. I'm going to wait until I'm 63. So I did the whole process. And when I found out what my Social Security income was going to be, that's when I made the decision. That's it. I'm gone. I'm going back to the Philippines, because I had no idea how much it was going to be. And it was a lot more than I thought it was going to be.
Surprised you. Is that enough for a happy life here in the Philippines, your Social Security?
Oh, gosh, yeah. Well, I'm spending a lot now because
the startup is
high. And these guys that think that they can cash their last paycheck, get a plane ticket, and come over here, and everything's going to be fine. That's wrong. That's not going to happen. But I made sure that I already, in advance, I already knew how much it was going to cost for the visa, my retirement visa, startup, what I needed in the bank for emergencies, and something to fall back on. And I made sure I did all that in advance. And so far since I've been here, I'm good enough to where I don't have to touch my Social Security for at least a year.
You had already that in savings for your startup.
Yep.
Now, did the startup, anything surprise you on your startup cost? Now, you just moved in, so
Right.
you're buying stuff, but were you surprised at the price of the motorbike, or surprised at the cost of rent or anything?
I already knew rent was going to be, in the neighborhood of, my goal was anywhere between 25 and 35,000 pesos.
Mhm.
That was my goal. Well, actually, it didn't surprise me because I knew about the prices was in Baguio. But what's nice is everything is really cheap here. Like my motorbike was $2,000.
Yeah.
And it brand new, 3-year warranty. They change the oil for you. You just got to buy the oil.
Give you a 3-year registration.
3 year, yeah. It's
3 years.
It was a no-brainer. As a matter of fact, I landed at the airport February 20th. My Airbnb host picked me up at the airport, brought me back. I took a hot shower, I changed, and I took a trek straight to the Honda dealership my first day and bought the motorcycle.
And drove it out.
And drove it right out in less than an hour. Yes.
Did you pay cash or
Cash.
Cash,
Yep.
yeah. Cash is king.
Yep.
But no discount, right?
I did get a discount.
Did you? Tell me.
It was on. That's why I bought. Well, first of all, I wanted the 160 because I wanted a little bit of power. But that was really the only one that had a discount or a rebate tag hanging on it, and I think it was 1900 pesos discount. Yeah,
$40 discount.
yeah.
But every discount helps.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people don't think there's discounts on things. A lot of discounts. Now, so you got a motorbike, you got a place to live. How have you found the community of Dumaguete and Valencia?
Oh, they're awesome.
Awesome.
Yep, very nice guy. They're very nice people. Smiles everywhere I go.
Really? Nobody's saying foreigner go home?
No smiles. I really haven't had to open a door going into a grocery store or a 7-Eleven or anything like that because they open the doors for you. I just really love the atmosphere here.
It is. It's very friendly, especially up here. I think in the Valencia area, they're used to the foreigners, so we're not a novelty. We're not something unique,
Right?
But they're just used to us, and we're used to them, and everybody seems to get along well. Have you noticed certain hangout spots foreigners go to? Coffee shops, bars, and such.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Yep. There's a lot of places around it that are the routine place to go and meet.
He goes to my hangout. He went to Tom Tom's.
Yep, that's
Tom
awesome.
Tom's.
That place is amazing. Yes, the air conditioning works really well in that place.
Good air conditioning.
Yeah,
good Wi-Fi.
Well, the Wi-Fi is excellent in there, except for the brownout day. I got there early and actually got a table. I got on my phone to get caught up on my emails and texting back and forth and messaging family, and within an hour or two there were so many people in there that the Wi-Fi just couldn't handle it anymore. So then I hopped on my bike and I went to the mall.
Yeah. So was that your first brownout?
No.
Since you've been here?
No, well, since I've been here, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it bad? Were you aware in advance? How big of a negative was it?
It wasn't there was no negative at all. Not whatsoever. And as a matter of fact, I thought that it was going to be a struggle. I thought I was going to be in and out of the shower all day long trying to keep cool. But I had both of my doors open, and it was when I got home after I left the mall, it was comfortable the rest of the evening. It was really nice. Nice breeze blowing through.
Yeah, you're a little bit up the mountain a little bit, so you get a nice breeze up there.
Yep. And you can feel that change in the temperatures going up the road toward the mountain. There's a certain area there. As soon as you hit that, you can tell the temperature change just like that.
It's much hotter down by the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
Sea level is much hotter. The food-wise, now that you're here, you're good. You're a cook, aren't you?
I love cooking. Yeah,
you like to cook. Have you been cooking at home, or you've been going out a lot? What's up?
50-50.
50-50?
Yep, I've been buying. I got my freezer full of meat, and I'm back to cooking the Filipino way instead of at home. With my steak and baked potatoes and stuff like that. I'm back with with soy sauce and vinegar and cooking adobo and the rice and everything, and I feel better. It's the food. It's healthier. It's organic.
Yeah.
Nothing's.
It's a little bit. It's more clean eating.
Yeah, clean eating.
Even though I eat junk, my Lay's potato chips.
Yeah.
My candy bar, my ice cream.
Yep, Pringles for me.
It's hard. A lot of guys talk about going on the carnivore diet or the keto diet here. I find that hard to do.
It is hard. Can't do it here. No, not with all the rice and everything. And it actually really it's really not good for you
in the long
run. Yeah.
But a lot of guys try it for quick weight loss. I've tried it twice.
Yep.
And I'm always hungry.
Yep.
And I'm not well disciplined. Maybe I think that's more for someone who really works out a lot. Right. So they're taking in a lot of protein. They're working. They can cheat a little bit and be all right. But for just an old guy wandering around just eating beef and fish, just doesn't work for me.
No, it doesn't work for me.
I've lost pounds. I'll lose 5 or 6 pounds, but then I gain 7 or 8.
Right, so right back. Yep.
Yeah, the up and down. A lot of people say Dumaguete is full of YouTubers and full of foreigners. Too many foreigners. Have you found that there's too many foreigners here or too many YouTubers?
No. Not really.
Are you running into
Nope.
a lot of foreigners?
Not as much as everyone is claiming. Local coffee shops, at the certain times when everyone meets, but and every now and then, I'll see one on a motorbike pass me by in the mall.
But
Maybe four.
mostly at the places where we get together, where we go to meet other people.
Exactly. Otherwise, they're out doing their own thing.
Everybody's doing their own thing.
Yep.
Have you found where you live now a lot of dogs and roosters? Has that been a problem for you there?
Not as bad as Baguio.
Not as bad.
but there is my street is full of dogs.
Yeah.
Roosters on the other side of the street. There's actually one of my neighbors has cattle, and he'll bring them down the road and tie them up on the fence across from my gate and feed the cattle. And once I had my aircon going and made my fan on low and the doors closed, I can't hear anything. It's fine, and I'm so used to it. It's almost like once you've lived here for a little while, you don't hear it anymore. The simple life here and the financial freedom here and the beautiful country definitely outweighs a barking dog.
When you talk about financial freedom, let's touch on something everybody's. You were and I was when I was back home. What is my cost going to be living here?
Right.
Do I have enough? What do you think is enough money?
Well, if you live after startup, I think for a single guy, not splurging too much, I think 12 to 1500 would be perfect.
Right. Once you settle,
because your startup is gonna. I knew startup was gonna be a big hit, but you can't just come here without startup money.
Now you think as low as 1200?
Yes,
I
think so.
Even with Dumaguete. Well, we'll address that again. We'll come back in 6 months and we'll see how that.
Right.
I think that's a low number, but everybody's different. Joe's a pretty thrifty guy. He's and he's making friends quickly here in Dumaguete. Me, I think 1500 is the number. If you're single.
1500.
If you want to live a Western style. Now, if you want to live what I call surviving, you can survive on 800, 1,000 once you're here.
Right, but you're not doing anything.
Yeah. And it's all based on the exchange rate. Do you watch the exchange rate?
I do. I watched it a lot when I was in the States before I finally came here, and I knew what it was going to be. Actually, it's a little higher than it was when I was in Baguio. So just that little panic that what if it goes down? What if it drops to 52 or 55 or whatever next week? I liquidated all my cash as soon as I could. So I have my pesos, because once you have your pesos, that's it. It's not like your pesos are going to go up or down.
Yeah, 25,000 rent is 25,000 rent.
Right.
And it's how much is it in U.S. depends on the exchange rate. It's fluctuating lately, right around that 57 and 56 number now. It hasn't hit 56, but it's flirting with it. A lot of guys, you need to pay attention to the exchange rate. I'm a little bit lucky. I base everything on 50. That's what it was when I came here. Anything above 50 is great. I think Paul's told me it was 47.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, it was low when he got here. And that's a good idea. That's what I was going to do originally was, well, I'm not going to base it on the 59 or the 56 or whatever. I'm going to base it on 52. That's what I decided. And anything over 52 is going right in the bank.
Are you transferring money from the U.S. here or
not yet? Okay. Because I brought enough cash with me
for your startup,
for my startup, and I'm still okay. But eventually, yes, I'm going to, once I get my visa taken care of and I get a bank account, then I'll probably use World Remit and one of them, and go from my bank to that bank. Yeah.
Have you found using the money here in the Philippines? Now you've been here before, so you know that. But for new guys coming over, any advice on how to carry money, or how much money should you carry in your pocket when you're wandering? What would you spend in a day? Say you took your bike and you were going to spend a day out. How much do you think you would spend?
I would probably spend with lunch 2,000 pesos.
See, I think that's a lot.
You think that's a lot?
I think that's
because lunch would be, because I noticed that my lunches, depending on where I stop, is about $4.50.
Yeah.
And I leave a tip, and then if I go get a coffee somewhere, that's like $2.50. So 2,000 would be emergency.
Yeah.
But you're right. I would say 1,000 to 1,200.
I think you can get around, and lunch, as you learn the city and different places and coffee and such, you can find lunch at better prices, different places. We like,
unless you fall in love with the place, and you don't care what the prices are.
that's right. At some point, you have to say, I like this food, and it doesn't matter what it costs.
Yeah.
But as you're going around, like when I first got here, I was amazed how cheap McDonald's was.
Right.
Me and Janet could sit there with a double cheeseburger meal with Coke, 300 pesos.
Right.
But now we don't want McDonald's. Now it's Jolly
Bees.
Gotta have Jolly Bees chicken.
Yeah.
Gotta have chicken.
Jolly Bees chicken sandwich is amazing.
You like that?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. And 1,000 pesos is basically $20.
Yeah. Some of the surprises you had here that even in your earlier visits to the Philippines, what is something that surprised you that you weren't expecting? That caught you off guard.
See, what would infrastructure? I knew it was a third world country when I was going, and what was awesome is Google Maps and Google Earth.
It works.
It works, and you can look. I'm going to go to Baguio, and you can actually walk the streets and look and everything. But like their whole infrastructure and the way they run their power lines and stuff, and the buildings. It seems like once they build something and they're finished, they walk away, and it doesn't make any difference the condition of the building. What happens? It just doesn't ever get fixed.
Right.
Yeah. It's
what it is. What it is.
Yep. And if a trike breaks down or a bike breaks down the road, they pull it off. They pull it off the side of the road, and it sits there until it becomes a pile of rust. It doesn't. They
just don't fix.
They just don't fix it. It just stays there.
My big surprise here, and I don't know if it affected you yet, they turned the water off at night.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
They turned the water. I don't know how many times I've gotten up in the middle of the night, and I've been here a long time. I know they do this, but it surprised me. I get up in the middle of the night, I go to use the bathroom, go to wash my hands, I pull it, no water.
No water.
No water.
Wow, I'm close to you, so it's probably the same time. Midnight to 3 a.m, no water.
They shut off the pumps. If you have a tank, you're going to get some water. But if you're working directly off the water supply, it's shut down.
Yep.
A couple hours, and then when you start it up in the morning,
every morning you got to deal with the air.
Yes. You got to deal. Yeah, I turned the shower on for a couple of minutes before I even think. But that is something that caught me by surprise. That it's so normal here. And everybody's used to it, but to me it was a shock. While you're wandering around Valencia, anything interesting in Valencia that people should check out that you've noticed? Have you traveled around?
Yeah, the Sunday morning
part of the market.
The market is amazing. Actually, you can go Saturday night when they're setting up and when it's cool.
Yeah. That's the best time to buy your veggies, guys. It's early.
Right.
You get a better price.
Yep. Just the way it's set up is really nice with the park in the middle, and everyone just goes. You see people sitting in the park reading books and minding their own business, and the little coffee shops everywhere, and it's nice.
The thing I tell a lot of single guys when they come here, go hang out at Valencia Plaza in the evening, 5:30, 6.
Right.
They have the Zumba.
Yep.
And when Janet was going out there, I would go look for there are pretty women there doing the Zumba.
Yeah. Actually, when you had mentioned that, I went to the 7-Eleven last night around 5:30-ish, and it was busy. It was it was just as busy as the Sunday morning market.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a checkout for sure for me.
The Philippines people come out in the evening.
Right.
We're like, I'm going to say 5 o'clock on, it starts getting a lot cooler. The sun's starting to go down. People are walking in the streets. They're jogging.
Yep.
They go up to the park to socialize. And it's a great hangout. If you're looking, how do you meet a single woman? Well, there's one place. There's many ways to meet. And driving, now that you have the motorbike, how have you found driving? A lot of people say Dumaguete traffic is terrible. How do you find it?
Not on a motorbike.
No?
No. I don't think so.
The lack of street lights and stop signs.
No, I've been riding a motorcycle for a long time, and I'm used to riding a bike through traffic, and you just have to watch out for the big trucks.
Watch out for yeah. What about the guys riding on the wrong side of the road?
I
with the lack of turn signal.
Right, I see that a lot on coming from Dumaguete up here. And it's just because they don't want to go out to the next lane because they're basically just going to go.
They're going to make a left.
They're going to make it. They're going to go right to the sorry store. They're going to do whatever. So they just, they come down the sidewalk, close to the sidewalk and turn in. I don't ride in that right lane very much. I usually stay in the left lane. That's just the way I learned for safety. But I really doesn't bother me.
So laundry. Tell me about your experience with laundry. You don't have a housemaid.
Nope.
Housekeeper or domestic help of any type. Are you doing your own laundry by hand?
No, I'm not. You actually turned me on to a really good place. I actually stopped there this morning and dropped my laundry off before I came here. Last week I had my laundry done. It was less than 200 pesos. All my laundry was done. They used fabric softener. They folded them for me and sealed them in a plastic bag. They even washed my laundry bag that I brought my laundry and folded it and put it in a plastic bag. Yeah, so that's my go-to for sure.
So laundry is not a problem. You don't need to buy a wash machine. Guys who keep telling Janet she's got to get a wash machine. You don't really need a wash machine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you noticed something everybody talks about, the skin tax? Have you fallen for that yet?
Not here, but in Baguio, yes. To the point to where when we would go out to the market and grocery shop, she would make me stay out on the street.
Really?
And she'd go in and get it and come back. Because as soon as they saw me with her,
everyone went up.
Yep.
I haven't, I'm sure it happens more with transportation. Here, the trikes, they charge you more. Maybe in the markets, but most of the grocery stores and that is everything's marked price-wise.
Yes.
But I did feel it when I was looking to buy property. I did feel it when I was looking to buy some used items that I know they told somebody else it was one price and jacked it up for me.
Right. Yeah. So if you go to the public market, you just buy from the vendors that have the prices marked on everything.
Marked there. Piece of cardboard says 30 pesos or whatever a kilo. There was a story of I was at the market downtown when I first got here. I needed a couple towels. And I treat these markets like flea markets back home. The seller's trying to get as much money as they can, and the buyer's trying to get as cheap as they can. And I needed 2 towels, and the lady goes, "I have towels," and she showed me 2, and she goes, 600 pesos for 2. I'm trying to get over on her. I'll give you 400 for 2. Oh, she started mumbling under her breath and everything, and shook her head and said, "All right." It went back, put them in a bag. I gave her the 400. When I went to Hypermart, as I walked in, they had the towels on the display area there. They were
in the front.
Yeah, 99 pesos each.
Oh, no.
So it's my fault for not knowing what the price of things are.
Oh, yeah.
And it is a barter system. They're trying to make as much money as possible. It has nothing to do with my skin. She's trying to get as much money, and she knows I have more than somebody else.
Right. I think I probably got taken a little bit on my first day here, because I took a trike from the Valencia proper to the Honda dealership, and he charged me 300.
Yes.
So, and I didn't, I had a lot going, my mind. I wanted to get this bike done.
Yeah, it's $5. But you were, when that happens, you're the solo rider.
Exactly.
He just take no stops. If you want to pay the 20 peso or the 40 peso fee, you have to put up with him stopping, having 7-8 people in the trike, him taking detours to drop people off. You get there. That's what happened to Janet yesterday. We're down to one bike here, and she took the trike from the house here to Townhouse, which is normally 15 minutes.
15, yeah.
It took her almost an hour.
Right.
She only wanted to pay 20 pesos, so she had to go all over town.
With everyone else.
And with everyone else. When she got there, she got there. So you get what you pay for sometimes.
Yeah, I mean that was probably the right price. And we talked the whole way, and we were laughing about stuff. So it was basically he chauffeured me there by myself. So I didn't care about the 300.
Yeah. That's the small. People shouldn't worry so much about the small things. Let's talk about the startup. When you got here, now you're living here. You mentioned you bought a motorbike.
Yep.
That's like 127,000 pesos, $2,000. You moved into a place to live. How much do you think you're going to spend there? Sheets, towels, and this kind of.
I actually have all the receipts. Believe it or not, the Lee Super Plaza and Hypermart was pretty
Easy.
it was pretty easy. You know, one set of sheets, couple plates, stuff like that. I would say so far I've spent maybe $300.
$300.
Yeah.
And your initial visa fees, you know, when you first get here, because it happens quickly, you have, you know, the first 30 days they give you, and then you have to start paying for your extensions.
Right.
Have you found the visa fees to really add up or not really?
Not really. No,
They're pretty cheap.
Yeah, this last one I think was a little under 4,000 pesos.
And do you use a service or do you do it yourself?
I use a service just so I don't have to
You don't
to deal with it. Yeah.
And food, as you go grocery shopping, um, do you find that you're going to go grocery shopping here more often, like I do,
Yes.
than back home? You know, like every Friday back home or every Sunday morning you go.
Right. No, I've been to Hypermart so many times now. The security guard knows me.
Knows you.
Yeah. And the guy that the parking attendant, you know, he
Yeah.
knows me. He'll pull my bike out when he sees me coming out the door. He'll wipe my seat down. He'll turn my bike in the direction that he knows that I'm going.
All
Yeah,
good stuff.
it's all good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
you stop at the grocery store much more often.
right.
And it's not because you can't store that much food. It's just you just go get something fresh.
Fresh, exactly. And the meat turnover, the chicken turnover there is great. The produce is good. I imagine the produce down in the market's probably
The market's
a lot
better for the
a lot
produce.
better. But other than that, it's
They turn over the meat at Hypermart fast.
Oh,
the
yeah.
chicken. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Have you ventured to do the fish on the street?
No.
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 Okay, Janet does that. I don't eat that fish.
No. I'll probably do shrimp. I noticed that Hypermart has shrimp every now and then, but I haven't ventured to the wet market yet downtown to get the prawns because I like to do the grilled prawns with you know Korean barbecue sauce and stuff. I'll eventually do that, but I really don't like strong fish. I like really super mild fish.
They sell fish right out the gate here down the road. Janet will walk down and buy fish. They bring it. I've seen them bring the fish. They're in an ice truck, and all the vendors put the fish out, and they got the little
fans going. Yeah,
and they got the solar light.
Yeah,
you know, and they're there keeping the flies off of it. But it's I'm not used to that yet. I might pass.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, that's where I eat my ribeye steak, and Janet has fish.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
we're a happy family then.
There you go.
I got my fish. You got
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
But so the overall expenses then really under 4,000 for your startup, even though you should have more. But realistically, the bike's the most expensive thing.
Yeah, the bike was the most expensive thing. Security deposit and my
that was one. Yeah,
first and last one. That was
so you're going to need almost $2,000 for moving in just to be safe.
Yep.
You know, so yeah.
And I paid a month in advance too, so I gave them another 35,000 for rent. But yeah, startup, and if you have a place that's fully furnished, you're good. But mine had the furniture, but none of the amenities of a place. So and that was, to me, that was kind of fun to buy my own coffee maker, my own toaster. You know what I wanted to get. I kind of held off on the microwave, but I think a microwave is in my future. Other than that, just the initial 10,000 that you're going to have in the bank for the visa. That's a big hit. That's a big thing.
You're going to go to the SR.
I'm gonna go to the SRRV. Yeah,
and you're going to put the 10,000
right.
deposit. Okay, so that's a separate fund.
That's separate. Yeah,
A separate fund.
So I had that. That's a separate fund. I brought 8,000 with me. Cash US, and bought the bike. Start up with the rent, and then buying everything. I don't even think I've used half that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's plenty. A lot of people ask me how much startup is. It's what you want.
Yep.
If you need a car and you come here, you got to go buy a car. You can get motorbikes and cars here. You can also get them on payments if you want, if you have a girlfriend. But you don't have to be a permanent resident to have a motorbike in your name or a car in your name.
Right. Like I said, my first day off the plane, straight to the Airbnb, shower, change, straight to the Honda dealership. Under an hour, I'm zooming down the road.
All right, guys, we're going to let Joe go. If you have any questions about coming to the Philippines, especially coming to Dumaguete, leave something in the comment section. Joe will check it out and he'll leave an answer to your comment. I definitely will look at it and ask any questions you need. Thank you, Joe.
Okay, thank
Thanks
you.
for being on the channel.
Yes.
Until next time, guys.
See you guys.